Oh, I think it's gonna be the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Eagles. I don't know if I put money on this game as far as like winner or loser, just because I think you alluded
Is it
to.
a pick 'em or
It's I think it's basically a pick 'em. It's
Okay.
I think the Eagles are 1.5 point favorites. So on the money line, it's -122. It's plus 104 for Kansas City. And honestly, if I was to bet, I would probably take the plus 104 for Kansas City because like Kansas City could win this game. Like I feel like they could win just because, like you said, with Pat Mahomes, like I feel like he's kind of that guy that you don't necessarily want to just like bet against. You know what I'm saying? But although
I don't know,
although
Hurts is low key coming the guy,
The guy?
kind of like don't want to bet.
don't bet against him.
Like,
I was finna
Mahomes
say-
is better than him, but like that boy is really
He's on the
like
come up.
focused.
He's
Like,
on the
he
come
really
up.
like
Yeah.
it, bro. We
Or
gotta win.
not even on the
Like,
come up. He's here.
real determined. I'm
He's
like,
here.
yo, I don't know if I'm gonna put that money against him.
Yeah. That's I don't feel good about either. I don't feel confident in either team. Like I think the Eagles do win this game, but just the dynamic of that team, it's relatively young and inexperienced as far as like winning. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just kind of like, I don't know how they act in this moment because things like that matter. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
think the Eagles is actually, I think they're really on the brink of they could
being dynasty like,
They could establish
being here
They could
over and over
establish
again.
it. Like
Yeah.
they would have to win. They have to win. But if they do win, I do think that whole team looks at themselves like, yo, bro, like
We're those guys.
we're not about to wash away like how they be like, you know,
Yeah.
everybody
Like we're like the Nick Foles Eagles that won it. Yeah.
I think the Eagles, guess what, bro? They're gonna get
Or even
better.
the Rams last
You
year.
know, yeah, and everybody, like I'm pretty sure, like everybody on contract, like nobody about to leave. I
Yeah.
think Eagles is really up for
Yeah.
them next year again. So
I mean, that's kind of how I felt
And I
about the
think Chiefs will have
Bengals.
to make
You know what I'm saying?
some
That's kind of how I
additions.
felt about the Bengals. Like
Yeah.
last year when they lost it, I was like, I could see this team and then just kind of how
they did, yeah.
the end of the year was going for them this year. I'm like, oh, I could see this team going back to the Super Bowl. I said I don't bet against
But
Pat
it's kinda
Mahomes,
like
but
the
actually I
same
did
issue.
bet on the Bengals to win that game.
It's like O-line, bro. Get that together.
Yeah.
Stop wasting time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, y'all still didn't
Yeah.
really address it. Like I
It's
thought
crazy.
y'all did.
It's
Like,
crazy because it got
crazy.
better until it collapsed.
mattered.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was getting, because I remember going into that Bills game, everybody was like, oh, they got 3 offensive linemen down, and you know, based on what they did last year, missing these guys is gonna be ugly for Cincinnati going into Buffalo. They went in there and washed Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So like I like Cincinnati even still moving forward. I feel like they're always going to be a contender in the AFC. And to your point, I do think the Eagles, this could be a very interesting foundation for, you know, what their championship runs look like in the next few years. You know what I'm saying?
Early